Hey everyone, welcome to Health and Fitness Simplified. This is John Rennie. Today let's talk about the blue elephant. Well, don't worry, we are not going National Geography. What I'm talking about here is none other than this beast. We are talking about the Infiniti QX80 top of the line model, which is a naturally aspirated V8 with 400 horsepower. Let's look at all the pros and cons of this car, and today I would like to give you honest feedback about, is this car worth buying? Well, the price of this vehicle here in the UAE is almost close to 100,000 US dollars. So let's actually look at if this car is worth that amount. Does it last? Does it have the quality? Does it keep up with all the features and promises? Let's have a look at the video. To begin with, this is a full-size SUV 7-seater, 22-inch rims. Wow, they look so cool. Those rims are really huge. Your car would stand out with those kind of rims on your vehicle. You can have a look at this beautiful beast, the side profile. Let's have a look at the rear. It's a naturally aspirated V8, so you would hear the growl when you drive, which I would be demonstrating to you in a while, where you can hear the sound of the engine. It's got LED daytime running lights. It's got a 360 camera where one of the cameras are right here. The grille is huge. Well, some find it beautiful, some find it a bit ugly. The latest model, which is the 2020 or the 2021, the lights have been changed. But if we look at the major tech, let's talk about the engine, for example. It remains more or less the same as this one. It's a 5.6 liter engine with 400 horsepower. That remains exactly the same. And it generates 413 pound-feet of torque, which is good enough for on-road as well as off-road. But this is not a hardcore off-roader. For the simple reason being, you can see the tires. And the rims are huge. The tires are kind of low profile. And this car does not have a rear differential lock. So yeah, it's good enough for sand dunes, which are small, something like what you see around here. It's all right for these kind of sand dunes, but not huge ones, because the major problem that you would face is the low bumper. It could easily touch and get damaged. As you can see, the ground clearance is not that great. So the bumper touching the sand dunes, if you go on bigger ones, is a high possibility. We'll have a look at the interior as well. Before that, you can have a look at the engine. This is the naturally aspirated V8 with 400 horses. Well, it looks quite pretty. The doors are all right. They're not that thick, but it's doable. If we go close enough, these are soft touch materials. It looks like leather, but it's not genuine leather. The stitching looks good. It's a neat job. The cubbies are big. You'll find Bose audio system, which is decent enough. You would find Bose in Cadillac, for example, Cadillac Escalade. It's not as great as a Cadillac Escalade, but it's all right. The bass is not that great, so don't expect the music system to be out of the world, but it's all right. These are the so-called leather seats. When I bought the car, they said leather seats, but these are not genuine leather. None of the leather in this car is genuine leather. That's the seat adjustment there. The adjustments are just basic. The seat is huge, it's comfortable, but it does not have massage. The lumbar support is just basic. So it's all right. It's basically average. This model has the option for captain seats at the back. They are not motorized, but they are comfortable. They're more or less almost like the driver's seat, and you have a center armrest and a wooden finish. It's a wooden finish, it's not genuine wood. The doors are huge, they open up pretty wide, so entry and exit is very easy. As expected, because it's a full-size SUV. I've stuffed in few things in the car just to show you that the space behind the third row is not that great. It's not too small, but it ain't that great. This is a nice metal plate there to avoid the scratches on the paint as you get in and out the goods from the car. The third row is absolutely only for kids. Even though this car is so huge, the third seat cannot accommodate an adult comfortably. That's how the third row looks like with the headrest pushed up. As you can see here, there's hardly any leg room. So anyone who's probably about 5 feet is gonna have a tough time sitting there on the third row. You have rear entertainment behind both the front seats. The clarity is average, not that great. That's how the doors behind look like. The finish is decent. You'll find speakers here as well. Honestly, they could have done a better job. The latest models look better than this. I think they have a couple of speakers more. You can see the dashboard from here. So the dashboard is all right. That's the drive terrain. You have options for snow, tow mode, traction off. You have the 4-wheel high and low option as well right here. As I said, it's not a hardcore off-roader. The car is neatly done, but is it worth 100,000 US dollars? Well, not really. It could have been better for this price. The 2020-2021 models have a better display, but again, it's analog when it comes to the speedometer. They have a long way to go. The 21 models have 2 screens. Few things have changed. The camera buttons come down near the gear knob, which gives it easy access. These are the different controls you would find on the steering wheel. As you can notice, there is no voice command. On a car which is worth this price, it's funny that they don't have a voice command. That's the screen. You can see the clarity is not out of the world. That's the camera. You have a button right here at your convenience where you can switch on the 360-degree camera. It shows you the main view and the 360 view. The clarity of the camera is average. For a car of this price, it's really average. The latest model has slightly better cameras, but then it's still a long way to go. The side mirrors are huge, so you generally never have a problem with the oncoming traffic. Another great feature here is the blind spot monitoring is inside the vehicle. So during day or night, it lights up inside the car, which makes it very easy to bring to your notice if there is a car on your hard shoulder. That is the light which we see here right above the speakers. This one. That's the moonroof. It's pretty small. Even the latest models do not have a panoramic moonroof. So they are still stuck with the old style of moonroof. That's all the size of the moonroof is. I would like to show you the daytime running lights. You can hear the big engine. That's the daytime running lights, which is not bad. Well, yeah, the 21 models look a bit better than this. The styling has changed. You can see here the average fuel consumption. This is a gas guzzler, my friends, so when you go in for Infiniti QX80 V8, do not expect it to give you a good fuel mileage. These are the different driver assist features which come in this particular model. Well, do all of them work really well? Honestly, they are not up to the mark. I've had situations where the car has almost stopped. It's just an almost. It will slow you down, but you can't compare it to something, for example, like a Volvo. A Volvo would stop this, but a car of this size, I think probably the braking should have been better. The brakes are good, but they are just good. They are not excellent, which means they do not bring this vehicle to a complete stop in case of a real emergency or a short distance braking. There's a quick view of how the lights illuminate in the dark. It's pretty good. That's the clock. Let's quickly have a look at the headlights as well. That's how the headlights and the fog lamps look like. They're pretty bright. It's a combination of HID and LED. That's the key fob of the Infiniti QX80. Nothing fancy, it's a plastic material. And you got locator, you got the tail lift, you got the lock and unlock, and the remote start. Nothing fancy, as I said. Looks exactly same like the Nissan. So this being a premium segment, there's nothing special given for the key fob. A car which is worth almost 100,000 US dollars, and this is the hydraulic that comes with the car. They do not cover this hydraulic under the warranty, and in a matter of 3 years, it's gone. Have a look at it. That's it. And if you try and explain them about, not functioning well, they say, oh, sorry, it's not covered under warranty. You will find the same problem with all Nissan Patrol, with Infiniti. All of these similar models have the same issue. And I have checked with a couple of my friends. It's the same story. Within a matter of 3 years, it's gone. The hydraulic doesn't work. And they are adamant on not covering this under the warranty. What a waste. The 5.8 liter V8 engine is absolutely a monster with 400 horses under his hood. You can hear the growl right now. It's a 0 to 100 in 5.5 seconds. It's an absolute beast. We had a quick overview of the vehicle, which I showed you all most of what is available in the car. Now, if I were to talk about, there's not too much to show you for a car which is worth 100,000 US dollars. There are few major flaws in this vehicle. Now, first is that the build quality is really poor. Now, when we talk about build quality, I talk about everything. The metal is quite weak, which means it's so weak that a car next to you accidentally opens the door and touches yours, and you have a dent right there. So the quality of the metal on the car is not that great. Now, when we talk about Japanese cars, we generally buy Japanese cars because of the major factor of longevity, which means we believe that everything in the car is going to last for really long. Now, when we talk about even the rubbers, which are packings like on the door, they literally melt. I have not seen them. The cheapest vehicles or brands I have used are something like a Honda Civic. I have never seen the rubber melting in the car, but this one melts off and bubbles up like a bubble gum. It was such a disappointment to see that, and then it's quite expensive to have it replaced. Then the bonnet, I'm going to show you a video on which you will see that the bonnet has a hydraulic inside it. Right after the car is almost 3 years old, it's finished, the bonnet hydraulic is going to collapse and fall right over you, which I would be showing you in one of the videos. The worst part about it is it's not covered under warranty. Now, build quality, when I talk about build quality being poor, it is overall build quality of the vehicle. Now, there are parts which are like plastic. The leather is not genuine leather. It's Rexine or some material like that. It's not genuine leather. Seat cooling is all right. It's not exceptionally great, especially in a region like UAE where our summers get really hot. If the seat cooling is not that great, it doesn't make sense. Now, if we talk about the after sales, which is right from the paint job center. Now, I have had really bad experience with the paint job centers. When you give the car to them, they are not very professional. So the Infiniti as a brand is going down in this region because of poor after sales. Now, the tech in the car is all right. It's just all right. It's not out of the world, or it's not value for what money we pay for the car. So the tech is outdated. I feel there is a long way for the tech in the car to come up to the standards of 2021. The other example, what I had told earlier, was the prevention collision feature, which only reduces the speed of the car, but it's not so accurate in absolutely preventing the accident. Now, when we talk about fuel mileage, it's a gas guzzler. Even the current model has no hybrid. It does not have supercharge or turbocharge, nothing. So it still is the naturally aspirated V8, which makes it a gas guzzler. Unlike companies like Ford, they're coming up with turbo engine supercharged. Now, Infiniti is not a small brand, and the disappointing factor is they do have hybrids. They are working on hybrids, electric cars. They are working on turbocharge. But this particular vehicle, which is the top of the line, has none of these, even in the brand new 2021 models. So basically, we see no major improvements in the car, which is an absolute turn off when we talk about a particular brand. You know, we think about having a repeat customer. You don't really feel anything great about buying that brand again. So these are the major concerns what I have with the vehicle, when they do not cover parts like hydraulic in the warranty. So I would personally give this car a 5 out of 10. I'm not sure if I would ever buy this brand again, for the major reason the after sales is not good, and for feeling cheated with certain things, like, you know, things which I feel should definitely be covered under the 5-year warranty that comes along with the car. Now, when we talk about air suspension, the car does have air suspension on the rear. The drive is quite comfortable. I have to agree to that. The drive quality of the car is great. You are sitting at a great height, so you have the feeling of, you know, having a presence on the road. So those factors are great. But then when it comes to tech and after sales, the brand is majorly being destroyed. I hope Infiniti can come up with a better after sales and service in this region. Now, I have spoken to a lot of my friends who are using similar vehicles. It could be a Nissan Patrol. It could be the same vehicle, which is the QX80. They all have the same complaints. So I hope Infiniti as a brand can majorly improve. Now, basically, my reviews are not, put on a bed of roses. I generally would try to spread in an awareness to people so that they do not regret after buying a particular brand. I hope you did enjoy the review of the Infiniti QX80. If you did like my video, please do share it among your friends and do subscribe to my channel. I also have information on health and fitness. I would be coming up with informative videos on health and fitness as well. Shortly, I would be coming up with other motor reviews, which would be a Suzuki Boulevard. Stay tuned to have a detailed review of the Suzuki Boulevard M109R Limited Edition. Alright guys, you have a wonderful day. Peace out. This is John Rennie signing off. Masalama.